apparently it did not get rid of, although admittedly it won't get rid of things outside of the Quarry's range. I will admit to that. What's up, agents? Zer here, welcome back to the lab, where today we're actually going to be taking a little bit of a field trip, which is actually something I have not done in quite some time. This is actually something I would like to do a little bit more in the future. We're going to have to see how that ends up going. But anyway, we're here because we're actually going to be looking at the first data pack that I'm actually going to be reviewing on this channel. This is actually the Quarry Function Data Pack. Now, what this data pack does is it basically creates, well, as you probably guessed, a quarry. It basically deletes all the blocks in an area with the exception of the ore blocks to allow you to go ahead and mine them up for yourself. It's actually not too bad, all things considered. Now, this data pack was created by someone by the name of Nether Ninja. So, huge shout out to them. Make sure to check their links in the description, as well as a link to download the data pack for yourself. So, before we go ahead and get started with actually showcasing the actual data pack itself, I'm actually, like I said, I've actually never done a review on a data pack before. And in case you guys have no idea what it is, I want to go ahead and quickly explain it. So, basically in Minecraft, there's a brand new command called function. Now, function by itself has absolutely no use whatsoever. This is where the actual data packs come in. So, basically, the function allows people to create scripts, basically. That's the whole point of the actual data packs, which allows the function command to actually be able to do something. So, it allows people to create special custom commands, which is actually kind of nice. And the way they actually work is they technically end up running multiple commands at the exact same time. And previously, if you wanted to go ahead and do something like this, you would obviously have to either run each command individually one at a time, or you could go ahead and input them into a chain of command blocks, and then you'd be able to run them all at the exact same time. But now it's just simply using one single simple command, which is actually kind of nice. And obviously different data packs are going to end up doing different things. So that's the basis as to what data packs are. So let's go ahead and get into the actual data pack that I have installed right now, which, as I said, Quarry Function Data Pack. So I actually did two of these already. This first one right here I actually did off camera. I was just simply testing it. And the second one over here, well, I was actually technically recording, but something happened to the recording and it didn't save properly. So yeah, so regardless, they do pretty much the exact same thing. So as you can tell, we've got ourselves a massive hole. This is actually, if I remember reading this correctly, this is actually a 70 block deep hole. And as you can obviously tell, we've got ourselves fences around the entire hole. And as you also can tell, all the ores have actually been left behind. So if we go ahead and go all the way down here, as you can tell, I did technically say 70 blocks deep, and it's kind of hard to tell, but if you guys decide you really want to, I guess you could technically count it, although that would immediately be boring. But yeah, it left behind every single ore and got rid of absolutely everything else. And it's kind of nice that it actually goes ahead and exposes all the caves and stuff for you, which is kind of nice. So yeah, that's literally well, actually, I shouldn't say that's literally all the actual function command actually ends up doing. Actually, it does put some stuff into your inventory, which I actually cleared my inventory before I got started recording because I wanted you guys to go ahead and see this for yourself. But yeah, here's the example that, like I said, for whatever reason, the recording didn't save 100% correctly. Again, I'm not entirely sure why that happened. Not that you guys really care, but yeah, as you expect, it does pretty much the exact same thing as before. It just simply gets rid of everything except for the ores, which is a really cool command. And I think I have seen like legitimate mods for like Java Edition that do, well, not exactly the same thing, but pretty close. And I do remember for a fact there used to be an actual well, not exactly an app, but it's actually an app that you would download on your App Store on both Android and iOS, which was called MineBot. Some of you guys might not know exactly what it is I'm talking about. Essentially, you enable MineBot, and it would allow an entity to be summoned into your world, which is technically just like a Steve skin, I think it was, if I'm remembering correctly. And you would give it special commands, and one of the commands is basically do exactly what this function actually does. It gets rid of absolutely everything except for the ores, and actually animates the actual entity that's summoned, which is really cool, all things considered, but doesn't work anymore. Not that's really too upsetting. I mean, some people probably really enjoy it, but we get the idea with this particular function itself. Obviously, I've been wasting time. I'm sure you guys want to see exactly what happens. So let's go ahead and get started. Now, I actually have the actual command already. As you can tell, I went ahead and ran it already. So I'm going to go ahead and open this up. And something interesting about this command, which on one hand, I understand why it is the way it is, but also at the same time, I wish Mojang would kind of fix that. So when you're actually typing in the function command, it does not actually give you the list of commands that you're actually able to run. I understand the reason, because obviously these are user-generated commands, so obviously Minecraft will not know exactly what these commands are. But I feel like maybe sometime in the future, Mojang will be able to allow Minecraft to read these data packs and list off the actual remaining commands for the function like it does for pretty much every other command. I don't know if that's technically possible, but that would be nice in the future. Anyway, let's go ahead and run this quarry command, and this, depending on where you are, depending on your device, it'll actually take a little bit of time to almost practically be completely instantaneous, so keep that in mind. So let's go ahead and run this. And so it is loading. I'm getting a little bit of lag, and there it is, all completely done. That didn't take entirely too long, all things considered. Okay, so as you can tell, this is actually what the quarry does, and apparently it did not get rid of, although admittedly it won't get rid of things outside of the quarry's range. I will admit to that. Alright, so as you can tell, I've got myself some stuff in my inventory. So this actually technically amounts to a total of 70 pieces of scaffolding. It also gave us an iron pickaxe, which is actually kind of, so obviously if you're in a survival setting, I mean, yeah, you're gonna want a pickaxe and scaffolding, but this technically uses commands, so this really isn't intended for a survival setting, if you guys get what I'm saying. But yeah, as you guys probably expected, this shows you guys with the previous two examples. Yeah, it basically strips absolutely everything except for the ores, which is actually kind of nice. Now, before we end things off, so as you guys might be aware, I have showcased at least a couple of add-ons recently that end up using the brand new Entity API, and those add-ons actually required you to use the experimental gameplay. However, functions, the data packs, on the other hand, do not actually require the experimental gameplay. So you can implement this directly into a normal game without turning on experimental gameplay, and you can run that 100% perfectly fine, which is actually really nice. I imagine the actual Entity API will do the exact same thing in 1.9, and obviously that will probably add in more API, I'm assuming, but that's besides the point. But anyway, with that out of the way, I think this is actually a good place to go ahead and off the video. So hopefully you guys have enjoyed. If you did, make sure that like button. One more, to make sure that subscribe button for future content. Also, you can follow me on Twitter at AgentCP0 to stay updated. This has been Zer0's. Thank you guys for watching, and with that, I'll see you guys later.